My name is Susan Gerhard. I'm a resident here at Green Spring, a new host here on Channel 6. And this morning here with me, I have Eric Whitson, who is our sales director here at Green Spring. Eric, I've seen you on campus a lot, but I don't know much about you. I used to see you and say, who is that guy? What's he doing here? Tell us a little bit about you. How long have you been here?
Just over 3 years.
And what did you do before that?
I was in the hotel business for 30 years. I started when I was 4 years old.
Wow.
No, I wasn't 4, but hotel business.
Well, you could have been.
And this was a nice change. But this is, working at Green Spring is a little bit like the hotel business. But our guests here stay longer.
That's true, we do.
Like 10 years sometimes,
yes.
so
or more. Right.
So.
And what's your favorite part about being here at Green Spring?
You know, we have a lot of fun in our office, and we have a lot of fun with the residents. But I think the relationships, and this surprised me, the relationships we build with new residents as they're thinking about transitioning, and with existing residents, and particularly the ones helping us convince new residents to come here, I just didn't expect that. And it's not something I've really had in other areas of business.
So it was a good surprise.
It's absolutely a good surprise.
That's good. And this morning you've brought someone with you.
Our newest member of the sales team, which is Dawn Donnelly.
Hi, Dawn.
Did you hear all that applause?
Yay!
Yeah. So Dawn started with us, gosh, right before Thanksgiving.
Right.
And Dawn, what brought you to Green Spring?
Well, my mother actually lives at Ann's Choice outside of Philadelphia in Warminster, Pennsylvania. So I've been familiar with Erickson Living and our communities through my mother. My mother was one of the first residents at Ann's Choice, and she's been there, I believe, over 13 years.
Wow, that's great. So you're almost a family member.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
And don't forget about Aunt Poppy.
Oh yeah, my aunt,
Aunt Poppy.
My aunt who is 94 lives at Ashby Ponds, and she's been there about 4 years now.
Wonderful. That's good. And you came to us from?
Well, most recently I was working at Talbot's, which is a women's clothing store, and I was their lead clienteling specialist.
Wow.
So building relationships with my customers there, and so it was a nice transition to come to Green Spring because that's what I love to do. I love to talk with people. I love building those relationships. And that's what I've enjoyed in my short time that I've been here, is just talking to potential residents about Green Spring.
And you will continue to enjoy it. Every person you meet in the hallway, every person that you have contact with has a wonderful story.
Yes, I do. I enjoy meeting all the residents, and just it's fascinating, some of their stories.
Good, good. So Eric, you came to us today with a purpose.
A purpose. Well, it turned out to be to introduce Dawn.
Oh, okay.
But we could talk about some other things. But I found it interesting that daughter and niece of 2 residents within our sister communities gets this sort of innate knowledge of the benefits of being in a community like Green Spring,
right.
Which makes her so valuable to our team.
Yes.
Because she really, when Dawn's talking to future residents, she really gets where they're coming from and their frame of reference and what they might be going through and what they will because of her aunt and her mom. So it's an interesting
dynamic there.
Exactly.
And you'll be able to make suggestions to them about how Green Spring is going to be comfortable for them based on what you know from your family's experience.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And oftentimes there are family members, the daughters, their sons, coming with their parents to help them make this decision, because it's a big decision,
always
a big change.
kind of on the defensive,
Exactly.
I'm sure, protecting mom and dad.
Exactly. And I feel in my time that my mother has lived within Green Spring, it's been such a gift to, I'm one of 6 children.
Oh, wow.
So a gift to all of us that my mother has given us, because it's peace of mind for us too. I mean, she's enjoying herself. She's active and healthy. She's 92.
Wonderful.
And but it's also a gift that she's given her children, and that it's peace of mind for us knowing that mom is safe. She's happy. She's socializing, and it's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, it is.
We just got to get her to move to Green Spring now.
That's right.
Mom,
Right.
So Susan, I did want to talk.
Transfer program.
I did want to talk about our biggest event of the year.
The big event.
I mean, in fact, I'll give you an invitation. It's
thank you very much.
Our home expo.
Excellent.
It's on Thursday, April 7th. So we invite about 14,000 people to this event to get 250 people here.
14,000
That's
people?
how many invitations that send out.
And who are all of these 14,000 people?
Well, 10% of them are our priority list members.
Okay.
And they get a special preview at 10 a.m., so they can come as early as 10 a.m., priority list members. And then we have people that have either visited the community but not joined the list, or they've called and requested a brochure and never visited. So they're in our database, and we're mailing to them on a regular basis. But the Home Expo is a chance for them to come in and have an open house. And most residents are familiar with the Home Expo. But we do that here in Village Square, and it's from 10 to 2. Now, it's not for residents, except for our wonderful resident ambassadors.
And tell me about those. Who are the resident ambassadors?
We have residents that like it here so much, and they earn volunteer hours helping us convince potential residents to move here. And so we have about 100
And what
residents.
do they do?
At this event, we'll have some people greeting and working, mingling with the residents and chatting with them. We have some residents that will show their apartment. Open their apartment up and let 250 people come through their apartment.
When we were looking, we just enjoyed
Yeah.
that part the best.
Well, we show a lot of empty apartments. And so it's nice to see a resident in their apartment,
Sure.
having gone through what they might go through.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me how many things can fit in an apartment.
Yes.
Because do you believe that apartments look bigger, I think, with
do.
furniture in them
Yes.
than empty?
Because you have the possibilities there. Oh, I
Yeah.
can get a couch in here.
Right.
Right.
So we have residents as hall monitors because people that don't live here, and even people that do live here, could get a little confused about how to get from point A to point B.
Right, yes.
So we want to make sure they don't get lost.
Right. And if one wanted to become an ambassador, how would one do that?
You could come by the sales office.
And say, hey, I'd like to be an ambassador.
Rachel Gilbert on our team is our event coordinator, and so she works with all the ambassadors, and we do a training program 2 times a year, but we're always looking for people to show their apartments and come help us at events.
So what's going to happen at this expo?
Hopefully we're going to reserve a bunch of apartments
That would be the best part.
and get
Yes.
a bunch of people to join the priority list.
Okay.
So we have about a dozen apartments that will be showing between resident apartments and empty apartments that are available.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So they can see a variety of styles and
Right.
sizes. Anna Greaves, our personal move consultant. Did you work with Anna?
Yeah, I did. She is marvelous.
Yeah. So she's going to do a couple of downsizing seminars,
Good.
which always sell out. We're going to feed the group.
So we have food.
Yes, we have food.
We have tours.
Yes, tours.
We have education.
Yes.
We have mingling.
Yes.
We have just looking around.
And it's at their own pace, so it's not, there's no
Sure.
pressure.
Yeah.
But it's always well attended. We're going to have shuttle people in from outside the gate, so we're going to try not to impact resident
So
parking.
our parking spaces are still going to be available.
Yeah.
How about, is there any impact on spaces? Where is this going to be held?
We're taking over Village Square, the whole clubhouse, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
So what do I do for lunch that day?
You'll go to the cafe, I guess.
So the
or,
Woodland Skies.
Mike's
dining
American
room.
Grill up on Backlick, I heard is very nice.
So Woodland Skies restaurant will be closed for lunch
Yeah.
on
April 7th,
April
Thursday,
7th.
April 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any of you who are planning to eat lunch at Woodland Skies that day might want to head for the cafe.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's for a good cause.
Or the bistro up at Hunter's Cross.
Or the bistro would work well
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's for a good
So-
cause because we're trying to continue to keep our residency rate high.
Right.
And right now it is at what percent?
Today we're at 98.4%. It goes up and down. Our budget this year is 98.6.
Okay.
Which, as I said earlier, the Dr. Bethel tells me 98.6 is perfectly normal. Right?
That's glad that medically we're in
Yes,
good shape. too.
exactly.
That's good. Right.
So,
Yeah.
but
Now, Dawn, what are you going to be doing at this event?
Well, I'll be talking with potential residents and answering any questions that they may have, and greeting and giving them directions, and hoping to have some PL members and maybe a reservation or two.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are terrific events, and they are events that are logistically, for those of us who watch you all doing it, it's a matter of, my gosh, there's a lot to do. You know, who blows up all those balloons and hangs
Right.
them up and all of
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yes.
So it's really good, and all of the residents understand that it's for our own good. We're not going to do our usual somersaults in the hallways or anything like that to them. You know, so the people coming in or potentially coming in will be thinking, well, this is a nice reserved place to stay full of civilized people.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I'd like to say the place sells itself, but really it's the connection between our resident and our resident ambassadors and the future residents that makes it happen.
Yes.
Because
I remember the people that we
yeah.
met. And in fact, one lady who kindly shared her apartment, it was her apartment style that we thought, well, we could live in that and we would like that. And we had contact with her later, and she said,
Right.
well, if you get that apartment, you can come and measure my apartment and see how things will fit in. And it's
Right.
that kind of connection that really makes people feel like, I'm going to be welcome there. It's going to be an
Absolutely.
okay place to live.
I heard a rumor through Ericsson's market intelligence group, and they study the competition, that there are competitors of ours that don't let the residents talk to the future residents. Whatever you do,
interesting.
don't let the customers talk to the residents. I'm not sure that paints a very good picture, because we couldn't do this without the residents.
Well, I have to pass a compliment to you, and this is the one thing that sold us on coming
Yeah.
to Green Spring, and that is that we went to the establishment of an unnamed competitor,
Yeah.
and we noticed walking around that the sales associate really didn't speak to anyone in the hallways, didn't know anyone by name, kind of skirted around people. I came here, and Sheila, showing us around, knew everyone's
Knew
name.
everyone.
Yeah.
Knew her way around, was a whole different atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it was kind of at that point we said, wait a minute. And that's where your sales events really do a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's coming up?
Besides that,
Yeah.
gosh, we got a lot of events. We're doing a downsizing series in June. It's our busy
A
season.
downsizing series.
Yeah, where we bring people in for a series. We're going to teach them how to downsize.
Uh-huh.
Then we're going to teach them how to sell their home.
Uh-huh.
We're going to teach them how to sign the residence and care agreement.
Right.
So that'll be coming up in June.
Oh, that's good.
But this is our busy time, because everybody thinks that spring's the time to sell your home. So we don't want to get in their way.
Well, heavens no.
And the blooms are starting to come out on the trees, so we're about to get just close to the time where Green Spring looks.
So it
its
looks
best.
really
So
good.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Not that it doesn't normally look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, which it always does.
It does, but the spring, we have apartments that look out into the community
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
versus the woods. And you see a lot of buildings and cars, but
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks, you will no longer, well, the residents know
That's
this, you
true.
will no longer really see as many buildings and
That's
cars,
true.
and so people like that.
Very much
So
so.
I would only remind residents that, we spend a lot of residents' community dollars marketing Green Spring to try to get new people in.
Yes.
But the most cost-effective way to get new residents is for residents to convince their friends and relatives that maybe would benefit from living here and introduce them to the sales office. And in return, we give the residents money.
There's a referral.
It's a referral fee, and you can come to the sales office. Anybody can just
And learn
visit
more
us
about
if they have
that.
someone. But it's saying, well, geez, I don't want to take money. Well, it's okay, because we spend a lot more money trying to convince new people to come visit the community.
So if we can help you, it's
And
good for both of us.
It helps the community. It actually saves the community money.
That sounds good.
So plus you get your friends to move here. So
That sounds good too. Right. Well, thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
my pleasure.
We'll look
Welcome to
forward-
Village in Motion.
And thank you. Right. And we'll look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
Thank you.